And everybody, UPC. All of us, UPC. Are you? UPC. And UPC.
So you come to my constituency to do what? To honor Dr. Jane on a program which I started. But the truth of the matter is, we're two different political parties. Every election I have contested, I've contested against NRM. There is nowhere there is a non-compete clause anywhere that if UPC is fielding, NRM does not field, or NRM is fielding, UPC does not field. I've contested against NRM, always. First election, Sami Ngola, regional vice chairman, NRM, I defeated. Next election, Orange Jogo, I defeated. Next election, which Pola, external issue of NRM, I defeated. Last election, Onyango, NRM, I defeated. Now what is your problem? Are you scared of competition? Betty Among has been contesting with NRM. We've been contesting with NRM. Now we want to contest, you're screaming as if something has gone wrong. What is wrong with you? It's competition. On the other side, I'm a sportsman. I do motorsports. Even if we're teammates, when the race has started, I am going to win. I'm not going there to play. I'm going to win. I'm going to compete. So why are you crying? Race has not yet started. You're already crying. You're doing this one. You're doing. What is the problem? I am going to contest against the president. So what is the problem? Is it a crime? In which country? By which law? So in Lira, UPC can field whomever they feel. And if we feel that there's somebody who needs a red card and get off the field, we're going to put that red card out there. There are people who deserve red cards. Red cards are going to come out. And I don't have to explain myself that I put a red card. I put a red card on somebody who has demonstrated what they are doing.
Red is more faithful than red.
So, where's the problem? I'm going to field candidates. And I don't have to discuss with NRM. NRM has nothing to do with UPC candidates. They should just prepare that we're going to be there. From the presidency all the way down. It's supposed to be the Lumba Border Festival. Otafire spoke of many things there, but first I want to put him in context in that Lumba, which he went to attend, is a creation of Jimmy Akena. And the chairman of Lumba spoke as much as to how much I put into this issue of Lumba. In brief, during the walk to work days, I as Akena rode for 8 months. While my colleagues were walking, I was riding up and down within Kampala and up country. Along the way, I came across many people on motorcycles, borders, who were struggling to make ends meet, accessing the credit to meet these conditions. So I started developing an idea of how I can help my people in Lira to acquire motorcycles. At that time in Lira were many bicycles, borders of bicycles. So I engaged in a program, I did my research, and within the market, all of the providers, in my point of view, were exploiting the riders. The borders were being exploited all over. There was no program I found which actually worked and benefited the citizens. So, to avoid this exploitation and high interest rates, I crafted a program. But in crafting that program, I needed an association which can be able to collect the money on behalf of the bank. Hence, the birth of Lumba, beginning in 2011, but we went through difficulties, it collapsed, we built it up again in 2012. In 2013, we managed to get something which was stable. That is the birth of Lumba. So when Otafire is visiting a constituency on a program which he doesn't understand, he should stop attacking before he gets the actual facts of what took place. Between 2013 and 2020, I was able to distribute about 7,000 motorcycles to the people of Lira and the surrounding areas through the Lumba program. And I was prepared to continue with that program. But along the way, within the NRM, that program was fought. Leaders of NRM have fought that program. I don't know, you members of the press, I think you saw when we were defeating them in Oyam, they complained about the borders. A lot of the borders got arrested. In Doglo, they complained about the borders. They have fought this program, but this program is benefiting the citizens. So, Otafire's attack, I felt, was very misplaced. It was wrong, and it misses the point. Much as that event was supposed to now crown somebody as a patron of this organization, the so-called patron does not want to carry the debt or the liabilities of Lumba. I have gone through a difficult period where efforts are made to prevent people from paying loans. And my cry has been, even if you're fighting Akena, please, you go ahead and fight Akena. But do not destroy a young Ugandan's future by destroying their credit. You destroy their credit, wherever they go in Uganda, they're still going to have to meet credit at some point. They'll need a loan at some point. Don't destroy the people. Now, the big question is now, am I crying over spilled milk? Definitely not. But the challenge is here that if Akena can bridge a gap between a government bank, namely Post Bank, and a need in the society, which was the border, and through that, 7,000 border come, then NRM with all its officials are busy fighting Akena to stop this program. Who are they fighting for? My cry is the people of Uganda are being exploited. I have demonstrated clearly that government has the tools. It's just the will to be able to serve the people of Uganda. So the challenge now goes beyond Otafire and goes to the President of the Republic. I used Post Bank. Post Bank has branches all over Uganda. Why can you not come up with something reasonable where the border industry and people can get a fair amount or pay fair interest on the loans which they get? I demonstrated it is possible, it is practical, and it works. It was successful until it was fought by NRM. But the question now going towards 2026, who is going to do it for the people of Uganda? Who is going to do it for the borders within this country? That is my challenge and my question, which I put to the leadership of NRM. And this issue, I don't want to leave it here because we're going into election, and now the EC wants to cut the registration in February. I have mentioned, I have a daughter who is going to become 18 in August. Effectively, the EC is saying that this 18-year-old who by law can even contest for the presidency of Uganda cannot participate in this election. I mentioned in previous times that when I returned from exile after my father's burial, I registered on the 26th of October. That next year, I was a candidate and a voter. Between October and election was around, I think that time was February. I was a voter. We've had by-elections. Voters update is done in time. Why are you cutting off all of these young Ugandans who should have an opportunity to vote? So I'm going to use everything within the means available to me. I'm going to call upon IPOD. I'm going to call upon all institutions. Let Ugandans be able to determine their own future in the presidential and parliamentary elections of 2026. That for 2026, I am running for the President of the Republic of Uganda. I have many who have shown interest in taking over my seat, and they will go through a process, and whoever wins, I will support to be able to hold that seat in the name of UPC. But in my case, I've done my 4 terms as Member of Parliament. I'm now going to challenge for the highest office. I want to be buried at the feet of my father. So if you're going to hang me or wherever, let my remains go. I want to be at the feet of my Father. But you see, we're going into an election. And an election is a time where all the people of Uganda have a conversation. When you're in that ballot, when you're going to vote, it is basically you, your ballot paper, and your God. There's no general there. The general has one vote, just like you. Everybody will have one vote. The millionaires, one vote. The ministers, one vote. Let us use our vote wisely. Don't let people who think that they have a microphone and what they can shout and bully people around. No. All of us have this chance to make a difference in our lives for 2026. Each of us has one vote. Let's use our vote wisely.